This is absolutely the messiest snow camping trip, but also the most romantic adventure. Let the blizzard rage outside all at once. Inside, despite the cold, we can sip coffee and sing. Less talking, more living. Follow me into this realm of extreme cold and slowly enjoy this stress-relieving process. The story starts with old Jew slipping and falling. Cracking up, the hostess behind the camera. But you can't really blame old Jew. Beneath the thick snow lies a layer of ice. The crust is incredibly slippery. Because of this condition, we had to pull out the tire chains halfway through. Even our big, bulky tractor of a car was swerving around like a drunkard. All of us are getting stuck. Right after laughing at old Jew, the hostess slipped and fell too. This camping trip really got off to a rocky start. We struggled in the snowdrift for quite a while. The gas pedal was practically floored into the tank, but the car didn't budge an inch. Old Hugh had no choice but to reverse and try to sprint up. Fortunately, we finally climbed over that uphill slope. The forest path was completely covered by heavy snow. Our car roared as it slowly crawled forward. Finally, we reached the top of the mountain. The tractor effectively turned into a snowplow. Mountain road was buried tight under the snow. Old Jew was driving purely on instinct. The snow here is nearly a meter deep. We got out and quickly opened the trailer box. It's not a huge space, but it's stuffed with camping gear. First things out were 2 snow shovels. We had to clear out an open space first. Working in such thick snow is no easy task. Plus, the snowflakes flying all over the sky added a lot of difficulty to the job. After working half the day, we had to sit and rest. After recharging some energy, we had to get busy again. Looking from afar, this is a massive project. Thankfully, we finally cleared a large area. Naturally, the tent went up right after. You can tell with your eyes closed that we definitely switched to a new tent. The hostess was busy organizing the interior space. Old G, you got the stove, and the chimney pipes connected. We can skip other chores, but we have to get the fire going first. We got so caught up in work, it suddenly got dark outside. Warm light spilled out from the tent, making the little nest look like a gem, embedded in the snow. Inside and outside, everything was mostly sorted. By now, it was already 6:51 p.m. Time to bring out the pots and pans and whip up some dinner to fill our bellies. The hostess is usually a great cook, but kept it simple this time. Simple minced meat with eggs and bread croutons. Old Jew kept shouting on the side that he was too tired to even eat. Before sleeping, our indoor temperature went from freezing up to 6 degrees Celsius. Looks like we'll get a good sleep until dawn. Morning. The next morning, our campsite was stunningly beautiful. Old Jew got up early to keep the stove burning. Then he insisted on crawling back into the sleeping bag for a little more shut-eye. We didn't wake up until the sun was high in the sky. Sunlight poured in, making the whole tent warm and cozy. Since we planned to stay here for a few days, we decided to build a small yard out front. The division of labor was super clear as we briskly started the new day. Because the sun was glaring outside, we put on some cool goggles. It made working outside much more comfortable. The front yard was basically done. The hostess moved the small coffee table outside. Just in time, the coffee was ready, pairing it with some snacks. Life couldn't get more cozy than this. The sun on our bodies made it hard not to feel sleepy. She decided to lie down for an afternoon nap. When she wakes up, it'll be just the right time to prep dinner. Rarely enough, it didn't snow all day. Old Jew placed a lantern in the little yard. The atmosphere instantly leveled up, forming a stark contrast with a melancholic blue backdrop. By now, a steaming hot dinner was on the table. We feasted heartily on flatbread and meat, then watched some shows to pass the time, bringing us close to another day of camping life. It snowed heavily again last night. Today's temperature dropped significantly. Our firewood supply is running low, so old Jew grabbed the chainsaw, heading into the woods to get some burning sticks. With snow this thick, reaching the destination isn't easy. The problem is, under the snow, we don't know if it's a mud pit or flat ground. Either way, our boots were completely soaked. But being halfway there, turning back was awkward, so we just had to toughen up and soldier on. Although there are many trees in the forest, we can only look for those dry, fallen small trees. After 2 rounds, old GU carried back 2 logs. This trip was harder than a pilgrimage to the west. Me too soon. Always optimistic, we don't refuse such challenges. In the evening, old G used the snow wall as a screen, so we could watch movies while sitting inside. But tonight's test was unlike any before. Temperatures approaching minus 30 degrees. It felt like a giant freezer trapped us in. We were shivering uncontrollably. Waking up the next day, it was still snowing, like fine cherry blossoms falling from heaven. We excitedly built a snowman outside. Although the craftsmanship needs improvement, it's proof that we were here. Finally, we named this little snowman Lucky. We joked that we hope anyone seeing this snowman gets some good luck. This long camping trip is coming to an end. Old Jew knocked down the icicles from the eaves. All the snow on the roof had to be shaken off. Looking back at the road we came, the hardship and challenges are still vivid. Though leaving feels a bit messy, we also feel calm and relieved. rarely make concluding speeches. But frankly, this was the hardest trip in 7 years. People only see the cozy side of camping, ignoring the risks and challenges hidden in the details. Therefore, we remind everyone, make sure you are fully prepared before setting out, so every trip can be a safe and beautiful exploration.